Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, year 2, week 23, ending September 20th, 2019. This isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I've bought, nor an endorsement to purchase stocks in general. I'm on a mission to become a great growth stock investor. Watch me on my journey, learn from my mistakes, and celebrate my successes. I'm going to take a look at the general market conditions by reviewing the charts for the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, and the VIX. At the end of the week, September 20th, according to the IBD at investors.com, the market is in a confirmed uptrend. This is the S&P 500 index for 6 months. That yellow box is depicting almost all of August, where the market was fluctuating a lot and it had a lot of volatility. The dash purple line is a line that I drew that I was waiting for the market to go above this index, and it did. And even further up is the purple line at the 3,000 mark. So while the market did close the week below that, it did spend most of the week above the 3,000 mark. It closed the week at 2,992.07. This is the 1-year chart for the S&P 500, and you can see how far down it was, all the way down to 2350 back in January, and it's moved up nicely, but it has been struggling in August. We're hoping that we're out of the woods and it's going to continue to go up. This is the Russell 2000 1-year index, and again it has that yellow box for August. I have these two blue lines, the 1600 mark. I'd like to see this index going above. It is not, but it is above its 50-day. The thin red line going across the chart represents the 50-day simple moving average. That line can either be flat, going down, or going up. At number 1, it was relatively flat, and then it started going down at number 2. And you really don't want to be in the market when it is going down. Then it flattened out down at number 3, and that's the time that you would get back into the market. Number 4 is a good time to be in the market. And now we're back at that flat period, and it's quite long. So this I would call this as going sideways, this 50-day moving average on this Russell 2000 index. This is the 1-year chart for the VIX, or the volatility index. The lower the better on this one. I like to see it below 16, ideally below 12, and it did close the week at 1532. So it's in the right range that I like it to be to start purchasing stocks. So I did buy 4 stocks this week, and I did get kicked out of one of the ones that I purchased. I'm going to review the one stock that I sold this week, Comstock Resources, symbol CRK. I bought this on 9/17. It was on my tandem-like screen, and it is a low cost stock. $9.86 is where I purchased it. I held it for 3 days and I lost 7%, just about $710. Now I'm going to review the stocks that I purchased and that I still hold. Tetra Tech, symbol TTEK. I purchased that on 9/16 for $84.25. I've held it for 5 days and it's basically flat, up 0.2%. The solid green line and the orange box indicate the day and the price that I purchased it for. The solid yellow line is my 8% floor. Every stock that I buy, I automatically go in and set the floor at 8%. Then at the end of every week, I go and I move the floor up to one of the moving averages. And in this case, I'm giving it a little bit of room since it's a new stock, and I put that at the 50-day simple moving average, the red line. So that dash yellow line indicates where my floor is right now. This is a stock that I purchased because it was near the pivot point. It hadn't quite hit the pivot point, but I thought it was at a good point to purchase. IPHI, I purchased this stock on 9/20 for $64.45, indicated by that solid green line. I've held this stock for 1 day and it's down 1.5%. So this stock, I had purchased it before and it was near its pivot. It's a tech leader. So the first B on there is where I purchased it before, and with that box. And then I sold it and now I purchased it back. So I bought it for pretty much around the same price that I purchased it last time. I also purchased CDW Corp, symbol CDW. I purchased that on 9/19 for $122.40. I've held that for 2 days and it did go down 1.1%. This stock had been consolidating, going sideways for several weeks, and then it jumped out of that consolidation area into a pivot area. I purchased it when it was going up with high volume. I liked the stock. It was on the IBD 50 and the big cap list. I did raise my floor to the 50-day simple moving average indicated by that dash yellow line. This is my current holdings bar chart showing that I have 3 holdings. Each bar represents 1 week. So all of these stocks are brand new to my portfolio. I just held them this 1 week. The dash black line at the $10,000 mark is my initial purchase amount. All of the stocks that I buy, I try and buy $10,000 worth so I can compare them equally. That yellow line is 9,200. That's my 8% floor. So you can see the blue and the red, CDW and IPHI. I do have a loss in those stocks because they're below that dash black line. And then TTEK, I have a slight gain. It's right at that line. And I don't purchase over 10,000. So I know if it's above 10,000, then I have made some profit in the stock. This is the industry breakdown showing you which industries these 3 stocks are in. You don't want to be too concentrated in one industry. So if all your stocks are in the same industry group, then you probably want to diversify a little bit. I also look at the current dollar value gain and the weekly percentage change. So over on the left is my total dollar value gain for each of the stocks as it stands at the week ending 9/20. I sort these with the losers on the top, thinking if I take care of my losers, the winners will take care of themselves. And then on the right-hand side, I also have the percentage change sorted by the losers on the top. So you can see IPHI and CDW are down since I purchased them. This is showing not the weekly percentage for the first week, but if I just buy a stock, it's from the time I purchased it, that gain. And then next week, if I hold these stocks, then it will show the entire week. So TTEK down at the bottom, I have a 0.2% gain in. At the end of year 2, week 23, my portfolio is up 33.7% versus 12.6% for the S&P 500. It did go down since last week. Both the index did and my portfolio did. And I like to take a look and see where my change in value was. So since I didn't have any stocks last week, I didn't own any. I didn't have any change in my value that I owned last week and sold this week, or any existing holdings. So those are both 0. So my entire loss, $957 for the week, came from my new purchases and the one that I sold. My cash balance at the end of year 2, week 23, ending September 20th, 2019, I have $103,972 in cash. My possible actions are to sit tight if I don't like how the market's performing, or to buy new stocks. And for now, I've taken off my buy 2s and buy 3s from the table because I was losing money in August and September in those buy 2 and buy 3s. I look at the IBD newspaper and investors.com plus MarketSmith to get my stock ideas. I like IPO stocks. I look at the tandem-like screens, and then I look at the IBD 50, Big Cap 20, the near pivot, and the blue dot list in either the newspaper or in MarketSmith. I have several stocks that I'm watching this week. I think I have 26 on this list. These are stocks that I like. They might not all quite be in buy points yet, but I wanted to keep an eye on these stocks. I want to start focusing on my watch list and the process that I go about each week to create and maintain my watch list. So look forward to that in the weeks that come. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want an alert when I post a new episode.